Hello, I am live. This is week 6 of Grow and Monetize and Scale My YouTube channel. I see Marlena is already in the chat. I look a little disheveled today. I rushed into getting ready. I see my hair's a mess. But my whole point with YouTube channels is showing up as your authentic self. And this is definitely my authentic self. Um, the problem with YouTube is you can't see what you look like, at least with the YouTube live stream. It doesn't give you the option to look at yourself before you go live. Like with Zoom, you can join Zoom a little early when you're creating your own Zoom event, and you can look at yourself and then adjust your hair and makeup. With YouTube, once it doesn't show you the video, you can hit live and then you go live directly. Now if you use a third party tool like Restream or StreamYard, you can go into like the green room or the room before you go live and check yourself out. Anyway, so enough about appearances, because YouTube is about showing up as your messy, authentic self and creating content. This week has been a really good week for me, because there's been an increase in the number of subscribers, and also in my views, watch time hours, etc. So I'm going to share my screen and show you what those numbers look like. But I also wanted to tell you that this didn't happen organically. I worked to get these subscribers outside of YouTube, because I realized it's already week 6 and YouTube is still not completely sure who my target audience is. So they're not showing my YouTube videos, or rather, the algorithm is not showing my YouTube videos as much as I would like them to show it to people. So I'm getting fewer subscribers and not many watch time hours. And I have a big network of my target audience, who are women like Marlena, who's here in the chat, who are professional, purpose driven, ambitious, high achieving, talented, supportive women living abroad. So, women like me who moved to another country, who want to showcase their expertise, who want to elevate their impact, their income, who want financial freedom so they can lead the life they want to abroad, but they also want to constantly show up and create influence, showcase their skills, their zone of genius, their North Star, their superpower, etc. And what I've been looking at, some of the suggestions that YouTube has been showing me, and it's usually very country specific. So, how to live in Brazil as an expat, or how to travel around the world, etc. But if you've watched my YouTube videos, they're very focused on helping my target audience, professional women living abroad, to take their impact to the next level, to reinvent themselves, or if they're at the start of their journey, to find their superpower, to attend virtual networking events, to grow their network, to leverage LinkedIn, to leverage YouTube, etc. So YouTube is still not sure who my target audience is, and this is something that you want to keep in mind if you're just starting off on YouTube, or you're like me where you're reviving your YouTube channel, that you need to at least make videos consistently. Now, I would love to create and upload about 3 videos a week if I could. Right now, I'm doing one live stream, which the live stream is on how to grow and monetize your YouTube channel. Then I'm doing one long form video and about a specific topic focused on my target audience, which is professional women living abroad. And then I'm uploading one short YouTube video. But my from what I've been watching and listening to podcasts and videos from YouTube experts or gurus, they say, initially you should do at least 100 videos, upload at least 100 long form videos for YouTube to truly understand what your content is about, who you're creating the content for you to get data through the analytics on what's working, what's not. And the other advantages, and which I have learned myself, is I'm getting more comfortable and confident showing up on YouTube. I'm getting clearer on what content I want to create on YouTube. I'm getting clearer on my target audience, on how YouTube works, what's working, what's not working. So my tip for those who are watching the live or watching this later is just start creating videos. You saw when I started the YouTube video, and still I'm like, my hair's kind of a mess, etc. But you just don't wait to be perfect, don't wait to look perfect, don't wait to really know your target audience or your topics to create YouTube videos. If you look at most of the YouTube experts, their initial videos were crappy. So you get better with time, but if you keep waiting and waiting for that perfect moment, you're not going to improve. So I see from when I started, which was really 6 weeks ago, when I was like, I'm intentionally going to do 3 videos a week, a live stream, a YouTube long form, and a short. I'm going to show up every week. Now, if I'm traveling, I might have to pre record these monetized YouTube videos, but I'm going to do it every week. So I would say only 6 weeks ago, I got very active on YouTube, intentional on YouTube, and I am learning so much, not just about YouTube, but also about myself. So it is like it's a journey, it's a personal development journey for you. And then, of course, you're creating these videos that might inspire someone else. Like Malena, who's joined me live, I know she's a graphic and website designer. And Malena, I'm wondering is if this is something you're looking at doing in the future, like doing YouTube videos to promote your expertise, to teach people how to create graphics or give them ideas on what kind of graphics or websites work. Because when you have a specific skill or area of expertise, you can still show that expertise. Even if you want people to hire you, you can start teaching people how to use the skills that you have, because then people know what you can share with them, what they can learn from you, and then they're more likely to hire you. So, sometimes people feel they need to keep everything close to the vest, that they don't want to share their skills, their knowledge, their expertise unless someone pays them. And then how are people going to find out about you when they know what your expertise is, and then they see you every week or a couple of times a week? You're building your know, like, and trust factor. And then they were like, oh, I think I want to hire her. In Malena's case, maybe I want to hire her to do my website. I've learned how to do websites, but I don't want to create the website myself. Malena's an expert. Yeah, Malena was saying sometimes she thinks she's too busy. But Malena, yeah, you have to decide what your priorities are. Not everyone wants to start a YouTube channel, but if you're thinking about you starting a YouTube channel, I think it's the most powerful platform for anyone who wants to grow their business, wants to build their authority and their leadership. I use LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a great platform, but YouTube is owned by Google. So after Google, it's the second largest searchable platform. So when you Google something on when you Google something specific, usually YouTube videos show up on that first page. And then I think video is such a powerful tool. If you look at every social media platform now, they've all introduced video into their platforms. Even YouTube, you can now upload videos to YouTube because they have realized the power of YouTube. And Malena saying she's going to rethink if she's going to start a YouTube channel. Low pressure, Malena. But I'm going to encourage folks to think about starting YouTube, because I think not only is a way to maybe monetize your YouTube channel, because once you get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, YouTube pays you what's called AdSense. So you get, based on how many views you get a week or a month, you get paid. But also, more than that, you can use YouTube to promote your business, your your offers. If you have courses, if you have a service based business, if you want to become a speaker, if you want to promote your other social media platforms, digital products, physical products, coaching. You can also have affiliates. You can start promoting products on YouTube. Products you use, you could be like, I'm going to walk around the house and find 6 products that I really love using, that make my life so much easier. And then you can do a video and share those products. Of course, after a while you'll get clearer on what area you want to focus on, but initially you can try those out. And talking about products, the reason I was saying that's a way to earn income is because if the products were all bought on Amazon, you can then use affiliate links, and then every time someone buys a product that you have suggested, you get a commission on it. So that's another way of making money on YouTube. All right, so with that, let me share my screen, and Malena, let me know in the chat, and anyone else who's watching, if you can see my screen when I share it, because very often when I've gone live, it shows up black. Oh, and that talking about live, Malena, if you don't have the time, maybe think about doing live streams, because all you need to do is just turn on the camera and you can go live directly on YouTube. You don't even need a third party tool, which is why I do a live stream every week, because I do not have the time to record more than one long form video every week. So this live stream is so easy. I just go live. It's a little scary because I can't see who's joining me, but I go live once a week. I just click the button, go live, and then I don't have to edit it. The video stays there on my YouTube channel, and then people can watch it either live or watch it later. So that's the quickest and easiest way to manage your time if you don't have the time to make YouTube videos. If you're joining me live, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat, where you're calling in from. Do you have a YouTube channel? Are you planning to start one? Let me know. All right. Okay. Let me now finally share my screen. Okay. I need to pull this up. Okay, so I'm first going to show you my YouTube analytics. So I create a spreadsheet every week, and I want to make sure you can see it. Can you guys see it? Just let me know in the chat. So every week since I started this 6 weeks ago, and I need to add the dates, I've been watching my analytics, and this has been such a helpful practice, because in the past I've had this YouTube channel for a long time. It's the Expat Woman YouTube channel, and I've had it for a long time. But as I said earlier, if you watch the beginning of the video, I was just not being intentional with it. It was just a YouTube channel that I had created because I run the Expat Woman. And I forgot to introduce myself. So I'm Naina Kaputi. I'm the founder and CEO of the Expat Woman. I'm also a LinkedIn coach. I do have a second YouTube channel where I teach LinkedIn tips. And yeah, and so with the Expat Woman and with these YouTube videos, my whole goal is to help women make bold moves abroad. So I'm not helping them move abroad, but when they move abroad, I'm giving them tips, the confidence, the education, the empowerment, the inspiration, so they can step out of their comfort zones. Or if they're already stepped out of their comfort zone, they can elevate their influence, their authority, showcase their expertise, their superpower, share their offers, etc., and create impact, influence, and income. And Alyssa Hunter is joining me. So Alyssa says, I would like to know how to do a YouTube channel for my books and other art endeavors. I'm here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And yes, I know Alyssa, and that's awesome, Alyssa, that you want to start a YouTube channel. And so maybe you can ask me more specific questions, and I'll answer them as we go through the analytics. But I'll also be seeing you on Wednesday. You and Marlena are attending my in-person event in San Francisco, the Expat Experience. I'm excited to see you both. But let's go back to the analytics. So uh yeah, so and Marlena and Alyssa definitely connect. So you guys know each other even before the event. So this week was really cool because as I said, I had a lot of as you can see, compared to last week, this week, week 6, I got 581 views on my videos. The watch time hours, that means now YouTube people watch your videos, your old videos, your new videos. So I got 10.5 watch time hours. Average view duration was 1.38. That means this is really low. I think the highest I ever got was the first week that I started. I got 4 hours of average view duration, and that was because when I did my first live streams, it was the novelty for my audience, from the Expat Woman membership, for my larger expat community. So people attended my live streams and were watching. Now, when someone watches your live stream, say you guys, I do this for the next 30 minutes. So each if 2 or 3 people watch it or 10 people watch it, all of you watching it, that's counted as my watch time hours. So that first week and the second week, the watch time hour, no, the average view duration, that means how long people stayed, was for this. Now it's 1.38. So even if 2 or 3 people watch the whole thing, it's how many out of all the people watching YouTube is calculating how many people is the average view duration. Sorry, it sounds confusing, but it's 1.38 minutes. So it's pretty low. But as I said, I'm just starting off. I need to get more animated. I need to get more comfortable on camera because, initially when you start off on YouTube, especially me, I'm like on camera, I don't feel I'm very comfortable still, so I come across as stiff, rigid, boring, etc. So when people watch these videos, and again, YouTube might not be showing it to the target audience, and then they only stay for a very short time. So your goal is to increase the number of people viewing it, the view duration. The CTR is the click through rate. That means when YouTube shows your videos to someone, so it shows up in the news feed. I'm sure all of you have seen this. You go to your homepage on YouTube, and YouTube gives you videos to suggest videos for you to watch. So 2.3 is like out of all the people who've seen my video on YouTube, excuse me, 2.3% have clicked on YouTube. So if you can see, it's staying in the twos. I mean, some people have much higher CTR. Now, subscribers, as I mentioned, has gone through the roof for me. The week one was 6 new subscribers, week two was 8, week three was 11, week four was 13, week five was 7, and this week is 30. Now, this is not thanks to YouTube. And since YouTube is going so slow, with showing my YouTube videos to my target audience on YouTube, I decided I would take this in hand because I can't wait for YouTube to do this. I want to increase my subscribers. If you're just watching the video, you've just joined me. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, because then your YouTube video is monetized, your YouTube channel is monetized. You join the YouTube Partner Program, and then you can get paid from YouTube ads. I know YouTube is already running ads on my videos, which I think is not fair because they're not paying me, but that's the way it works, right? So I hosted a virtual networking event last week with my target audience, professional women living abroad, and I had a YouTube channel during the event. I told people I'm trying to grow on YouTube. Can you please subscribe if the content is relevant to you? Now, I never force anyone to sign up for my YouTube channels. I always say, if that content is relevant to you, because again, I want people subscribing to my YouTube channel who would be interested in my content, right? I want that content to be relevant to them. So I got 30 new subscribers. I also posted it in a Facebook group that I'm part of. It's in my neighborhood. It's called Being Neighborly. And if you have any asks, requests, desires, you can post it or offer. So I said, if you are a woman living abroad, a professional woman in this neighborhood, and you find my content relevant, please subscribe to the Expat Woman YouTube channel. So between those two, and then I reached out to a few folks on LinkedIn who are my target audience. I said, I'm trying to grow my number of subscribers on YouTube. Would you like to subscribe? Again, if you find the content relevant. So I don't want to push people to subscribe. I don't want to spam people. I only want to share this YouTube channel with people who will benefit from the content I have to share or from my live stream. Hopefully, you can still see my screen. Yeah. Okay. I think you guys can see the screen because otherwise you would tell me, right? Okay. So views from, then impressions. So the impressions, as I mentioned here earlier, is when your YouTube videos show up on someone's feed. YouTube is sending it to their feed so that it shows up. Just like when you go to LinkedIn and you go to your homepage and you see people's posts, LinkedIn is sharing those posts with you in your feed, or on Facebook, any other social media platform. They're showing it to you because they think you might be interested in that content because you've read or watched content similar to that, or you create content. So 4.1K was the impressions, and then 24.9% was YouTube recommending those impressions. Okay. And the rest were maybe people who have subscribed, My YouTube videos are showing up in their feed. So again, it's only 1 week. So the week 4 was my best week since I've started this YouTube grow and scale and monetize my YouTube channel. It was 1,400 views, and then the impressions was 15.5K. So the videos did really well that week. Okay, so in terms of views from impression, so showing up in someone's YouTube channel, I got 93. Watch time from impression, the number of hours, 2.55. You can see my brilliant week 4 was 11.4. So it's kind of stayed average. Public watch hours have gone up. I still have a long way to go. I have to get to 4,000 watch hours. It's 451. And so I need another 3,549, I think. But it has increased. It had stayed stagnant at 440 even when I had that really good week. But now it's gone to 451 because maybe my subscribers have gone up, so more people are watching, so that increasing the hours. And then my subscribers are 899. I just need one more to get to 900. But I'm hoping in the next month or 2 months, I can get to 1,000 subscribers. I like doing these YouTube analytic videos, but I'm hoping I'm not like at week 25 and I'm still saying I'm trying to grow and monetize my YouTube channel. I mean, this uh, this spreadsheet that I'm doing is actually really helpful for me because otherwise I wouldn't be tracking my views and hours. And I think with any social media platform, if you're using LinkedIn, you can do the same thing. Tracking your analytics is really helpful. Okay, so let me stop share, and now I'm going to share my let me share the YouTube channel so I can show you what the analytics look like on my YouTube channel. Yeah, and Alyssa, thank you. Alyssa says, Naina, you have great content and advice. What about if you can change your background to go with your theme? So every time you come on it, it'll look different. Uh, what can you explain what you mean by that, Alyssa? Do you mean my background over here, behind me? Let me know. I'm curious. I appreciate the insights. Okay, so while Alyssa's doing that, let me make sure. Yeah, you can see my. Okay, so it's showing me the shorts, but let's go to my homepage so you can see I have 899 subscribers. If you're watching this YouTube video live or the replay, can you hit subscribe if you haven't already so I can at least get to 900? Please. I hate to be like one short, and then of course I'm going to push people to help me get to 1,000. Okay, so total lifetime 16.8K. So I've done 195 videos, but when I talk about gurus saying you need to do 100 videos, I mean videos that I'm creating. Many of these, almost all, I'd say 95%, 90% maybe of the videos are videos I've been uploading since I started the Expat Woman membership and the YouTube channel, which was 2016. I host a lot of events for expat women, so I was just uploading those videos. I wasn't doing anything with the description, the thumbnail, the title, just uploading them because I was using YouTube as my video vault so people could then watch any event videos, or when people hosted workshops or virtual summits, I would upload those videos, promotional videos, etc. Only 6 weeks ago I started creating videos where I was going solo. Before that, I was doing podcast interviews or YouTube interviews with expat experts and influencers. So I wasn't comfortable speaking solo on camera, so I was interviewing other expats. But I would go live on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and on Facebook. So I wasn't again pushing the YouTube channel. A lot of people were watching it on LinkedIn. So YouTube wasn't getting that many views. So that explains why I have 195 videos. But if you let's look at videos, and I will tell you how many I have done solo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos. Oh, 10 videos where okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think I've done 16 solo since I started this. And initially they were sporadic. I was doing that on and off. But since 6 weeks ago, it's one long form video every week, a live stream, and the shorts has started a few weeks ago. So yeah, so you can see the shorts. And how do I create these shorts? I use a platform called Opus Clips. So I put my long form video link into Opus Clips, and then it and look, I can't even control how my videos look, like the thumbnail. So like sometimes it'll pick up a B-roll a video. Like if you look at, when you live abroad, you know how important community video, and connect. But I can't control what YouTube shows in the short feed. So they just pick up something random. I mean, I prefer to be me than the B roll, but that's how it works. And then, sometimes I'm like, some of these faces are so weird. I don't know. I'm surprised people even watch. But this one, the dumbest thing I was asked as an Indian abroad, I got 1,100 views. So I, sometimes your YouTube title, if it's really interesting and people are curious, what's the dumbest thing she was asked as an Indian in the US, then they want to watch it. Sometimes here, overcome expat isolation abroad may not be that interesting for people. Yes, I have an accent and I speak English. That got some 373 views. I'm doing short videos right now because it's easy to create them with Opus Clip, and I'll share the link to Opus Clip in the description in case you're interested in cutting your videos up, and then just Opus Clip also adds the subtitles and everything. It even creates your YouTube title. I sometimes change it. I use ChatGPT as well for SEO friendly titles for my videos. Anyway, so that's the shorts, and these are the lives. So how many lives have I done? So I started doing lives. So these, remember I was telling you I was interviewing guests. So I stopped doing that in December. So this was me with guests. I didn't have the confidence to go solo. And I thought by bringing guests on, I would also bring more people to my LinkedIn, my YouTube, my Facebook, but it was on so many different platforms. It was too scattered. So this was the first time I went live in I think January or maybe February, 4 months ago, could be February, right? And you can see that I forgot to even have my background on. So I have the green screen behind me, but I still did it. I have 118 views. Then clarity on your power, purpose, and potential, 254 views. How to make friends abroad, LinkedIn, tips and strategies for expat. So not a lot of views, but it's still, the lives have really helped me as well. So that's my lives. Okay, so let's look at my Google Analytics. So to go to your I mean not Google, your YouTube Analytics, you click on the little logo in the right hand corner. You click on YouTube Studio. Okay, and then you go to, so this is, it'll show you your latest YouTube short performance. I haven't got any comments. I liked my own video and it has 96 views, so it's not, didn't do so well. Okay, but yeah, so it tells you all the videos for the week. So now let me go into my analytics. So I usually look at every last 7 days. So that's what we saw earlier, 30 plus subscribers. And you see all these green arrows going up. That means you're doing well for the week. That means it's better than the previous week. So I got 44% more views than the previous 7 days. I got 10.5 times more watch hours in the previous 7 days, and I got 30 plus subscribers, 329% more than previous 7 days. And then if you go into content, it'll tell you, where your viewers are coming from. So 87 viewers are coming from my short, 66 from my regular long form videos, and then 16 from live stream. And then it tells you returning viewers. That means people who've watched in the past and are coming back. So from shorts, 7, from long form videos, 18, from live stream, 7, and then subscribers, uh, only one subscriber came from watching a video. So that means out of the 30 new subscribers, 29 came from folks who I had promoted my YouTube channel to at the virtual networking event through LinkedIn DMs. And uh, I told you about the neighborhood Facebook group. So only one person came from watching a video. Now, I would love to see more people coming from watching videos, But as I said before, I don't want to wait for the YouTube algorithm to push my videos out. If I already have my target audience, I want to invite them to my YouTube channel because I'm creating content for them. So I want them to benefit from that content. Okay, and then it tells you where your views are coming from: shorts, videos, live stream, etc. And viewers across format, how you viewers find you. And this is why I'm doing short feeds, because a lot of viewers are finding me through the shorts feed. A lot of people don't have the time to watch long form videos, like when you're on TikTok or Facebook Reels or Instagram Reels, you just want to watch those short videos. So, but it's a good way to kind of funnel them into YouTube. Then there's YouTube search. So people who are looking specifically for expat or one of the topics that I'm doing videos on, then channel pages, etc. Okay, so that, and then it also tells you who your audience is. So my audience, so 59% are watching through the mobile phone, 36% to their computer, TV 2%. I get really scared about people watching on TV. Like I feel like everything's blown up and all the imperfections get, what's sort elevated, enlarged, etc. But that's the price you pay for getting on YouTube. And I I think if you focus too much on your physical appearance, of course I should have brushed my hair a little more. I would have, but I just was so busy. I just turned the live go live button on without really prepping my appearance, because I'm always like never ready on time. Anyway, so that's yeah. So, but I think you should just show up as yourself, and this is me normally. I don't normally straighten my hair except for events, and look all neat and made up. Okay, so people 13.4% are coming from the United States, 7.2% from India. It's not telling me which other countries, but I'm not surprised about United States because that's where most of my audience is. Of course, a lot of folks are in Europe as well. All right, with that, let me stop sharing the analytics and let me look at the questions. So, Alyssa Nina, you have great okay, what did you say? I think that's good how your B-roll and background changes. You're already doing it, and I think it works. Do you mean the background behind me, Alyssa? Oh, and Alyssa, while you're watching this, can you and Malena, can you like this video, please? Yeah, give it a thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to make my YouTube videos more like authentic, because what I'm finding is there's so many AI videos right now that I think making it look more like I'm at home, relaxed, comfortable. I want people to be able to relate to me. So I'm trying to stay away from doing virtual backgrounds, or with logos and stuff. Yeah, I have a green screen. I don't want to use that. I've been, for a long time I was using virtual backgrounds, but I'm looking at all these YouTube people who made it on YouTube. They all use their like a natural background. No one uses anything like I used to use green screens with a virtual background, but I think I want to be more like natural, authentic. It's right now the trend is all towards authenticity. I do wear my brand colors. I wear red, black, gold, white, etc. But I'm thinking of not having any logos and stuff. Maybe if it's like a summit or something professional, I might. But I think having something like natural makes it better. And then in the future, I also want to do some walking videos outside, because I see a lot of people doing these nice videos where they're walking and talking to the camera, or they're sitting in a pretty place with a camera and trees in the background, or the ocean or a lake. So I want to try that in the future. Yeah, I would encourage you ladies, when you think of starting YouTube, don't use a virtual background with your logo on it. Then it just seems so salesy. Just do something natural. And I don't have much space. This is actually in my bedroom. I would love to have a studio and have more space and stuff, but that's why I have to use my headphones and stuff, because there are other people in the house. There's always some noise, and I think the sound is best. All right. So, Alyssa, you had a question. Okay, I think. And talking about the background, so my let me just take a sip of water. Talking about backgrounds, when you do your thumbnails, I remember I showed you my videos. So with your long form videos, and even for this YouTube lives, you can upload a thumbnail. So I make sure my thumbnails have my brand colors, and I, they're thematic, but the red, gold, black, and white. But for this, yeah, I keep it, yeah, less. I mean, I have my gold pot because my shirt is red, so a little bit color there. I guess the map is like brown, and the lamp has a black stand. All right, yeah, yeah. I have a map, world map in the background. Yeah, I do. I'm not sure what you mean, Alyssa. Do you want to elaborate? But what did you say? So you had a question, Alyssa, and Malina, if you have any questions, let me know as well, or anyone else watching about starting a YouTube channel, growing it, scaling it, monetizing it. Feel free to type your questions in the chat, or if you're watching the replay, you can type your questions in the comments. So Alyssa would like to do a YouTube channel for her books and other art endeavors. So I would say, uh, so are you talking about your own books, Alyssa? Are you looking at doing a YouTube channel to promote your books? I know you've written a couple of books. So if you're an author, say you've written a book on a specific topic, say I write a book about how professional women abroad can build their visibility. Say it's called Visible Abroad. So I would, to promote my book, I would start maybe talking about specific chapters in the book. Say the first chapter is overcoming imposter syndrome. So I wouldn't read the chapter in the book. Maybe I would read a page or a paragraph from the book, and then I would talk about, just in my own words, why you need to overcome imposter syndrome when you live abroad, how you can recognize the signs, tips to overcome it, etc. And then I can say, for more information, read chapter 1 in my book. So something like that. So you can promote your services, but you also want to share content and value. And then every video doesn't have to be about your book. You could do, maybe you could also, if you have to decide what is your goal on YouTube and what do you want to be known for on YouTube. Now initially, I know it's hard, and even I was kind of scattered. I'm doing like travel videos, I was uploading events, product reviews, but I'm trying to think of my target audience. So I'm very clear who my target audience is: professional women living abroad. So I'm trying to do videos for them. And as I said before, they are at different stages in their journey. Some of them might just be starting their journey of showing up and building their visibility and creating either YouTube videos, creating content, but basically showcasing their expertise. They might not even be sure what their expertise is, what their superpowers are, etc. So those are people just starting off. And then there are other people who already know what their expertise is, but they don't know how to showcase it. They don't know what platforms to use. They don't know how to share it. They don't know how to build their network. And then there's some who've already done it all, but are looking to hone their skills, looking for new ideas, looking for inspiration to keep going, looking for ideas and suggestions to be consistent, etc. Okay, so what did Alyssa say? Alyssa wants to uplift other writers as well. And how long should your first couple of videos be? Great question, Alyssa. So they say the ideal length for a video should be 10 to 15 minutes. Now, if you're, and again, I encourage everyone to do this, to focus on monetizing your YouTube channel. So your YouTube channel is really a business. I think you can create a YouTube channel for to share a hobby, but YouTube is work, and you've got to be excited about creating YouTube videos. So if you're just doing it like, oh, I just want to make money, but you're not excited about the YouTube videos, you're not going to be very successful, because I think success comes from enjoying what you do. So coming back, so they say 10 to 15 minutes should be the length of your video, because when your YouTube video gets monetized, so when you start getting AdSense and YouTube starts showing ads on your video and you get paid a small percentage, I forgot what it is for those ads. When it's only 8 minutes, I think they can't do a beginning, mid roll, and end. So try to strive for more than 8 minutes. Now, I don't really have a fixed time when I do my long form YouTube videos. What I do is I don't have I kind of write like an overview of what my YouTube video is going to be. Now, initially, I was just winging it. I would just speak from the heart, but I realized I was losing or leaving out some key points. So now, what I do is I write the script, and then I have a bullet points for all the important things that I want to say. I also stop recording in between. So, say I'm sharing 5 tips to create a YouTube channel for women living abroad. I might not remember all the 5 tips and some of the key points, so I'll do the first tip and then I'll pause it, go read through the second tip, and then turn on. But I'm trying to avoid reading. Some people get teleprompters. Right now, I don't want any teleprompter, anything that's going to make doing videos more complicated and using more tech. I don't want to do that. I want to make it as simple and easy as possible for myself and for other people. So so I would say, yeah, 10 to 15 minutes. I don't have a time limit. When I edit, I cut off a lot. I try to cut out a lot of the fluff of my YouTube from my YouTube videos. I try to keep only the meat in. And initially that was hard because I'm relearning how to do editing. Now, I did come to the US to study film, and I did learn how to edit, but it was 20, almost 23 years ago. The editing platforms have changed a bit. I did not really do, I mean, I made some videos, I made some films, but I wasn't doing the editing. So for me, in some ways, I'm starting from scratch, learning new platforms. So even with the editing, I want to keep it really simple. I usually remove like the ums, and this is another great thing about doing YouTube. It really helps you with public speaking, because when I'm editing, I'm like, my goodness, I used so many times, I used so many times. So I seem so boring. I need to be more animated. I need to look at the camera. So it's also helping you with your speaking abilities, with your clarity of thought, because the more you do it, the more confident you're going to get with speaking and speaking on specific topics. So yeah, so I don't have a limit, but if you want, it could be 10 to, let it be more than 8 minutes, so 9 to 15 minutes. But initially, if you're starting off, just do what you're comfortable with. My advice to anyone, just experiment and don't wait to be perfect. Just turn on the camera and talk to the camera. Just one tip I would say, imagine that your ideal audience, the person you want to connect with. So in your case, Alyssa, you said you want to uplift other writers. So think about that writer, who she is, what are the problems she's facing, what solutions do you want to provide her with. Then it's going to get easier. So start with that. Think about, and you, this is where you can use Chat GPT for ideas on topics that uh, you want to create videos on. Maybe if you're comfortable being on camera, do live streams. Now, live streams can take longer. My live streams usually go about 1 hour. You can also try and do shorts, but if you're starting the YouTube channel, I would say do long form videos and then use Opus Clip or some other software platform to clip them into shorter videos. Okay, then Alyssa's question is, do I need to buy a digital camera or use my phone? You can actually use your laptop or your phone. uh, uh, the phone, you could, when you use the phone, I have not only used the phone for one video so far, but you want to do it with the rear camera facing you. See, like this. Not really able to line it up. Okay, you want to do it with the rear camera facing you, so because apparently it looks better that way. But you could use, I use Loom. I'll share a link to Loom in the description. I use Loom, or I use is it QuickTime? I think iMovie or QuickTime Player and iMovie. I use those on my laptop as well. I used to use Zoom. Maybe Zoom has improved now, but I noticed my Zoom videos a little pixelated. But Alyssa, if you're just starting off with YouTube, keep it really simple. Start, if you have a Mac, just use iMovie or QuickTime Player, one of those. iMovie, you can also edit very simply. You can ask ChatGPT how to edit your iMovie video, or you can look up YouTube videos on how to do it. So I don't know if iMovie is on, is it on only Macs, or is it on, let me know if you guys have PCs or Macs. But I would say do that, or use your phone and then you can use something like CapCut on your phone. It's very simple to use CapCut. Yeah, you have a PC, so look and ask ChatGPT. Say, I have a PC. I want to record YouTube videos. What is there any free um, recording platform on my PC where I can record my video? Because I'm not sure, because I'm a Mac person. But start with that, or as I said, use your camera. You can record there. You want to make sure you have enough storage, and then you can directly edit the video on your camera, or you can get a little hard drive and then transfer the footage from your phone to the hard drive, and then from the hard drive to your laptop, and you can edit on the laptop. But just start doing it. Even if you don't get any views, even if you feel you've messed up, don't delete any of your videos. Just put them up there. You look at some of these, even my videos. Look, even now, I still have a long way to go, but I'm just showing up on YouTube and I'm learning so much. And it's really exciting when you're talking about stuff you're passionate about. So, and initially, it may not even be clear. You might think, like, oh, I want to create these videos. I'm not sure if this is a topic, but just do them, because every time you do it, you'll get more clarity on what you want to do next. You'll see how the audience responds. You'll see what YouTube, I just showed you my analytics. You'll see how your YouTube videos are doing, and it's going to take a while, just like with running a business, or even I'm sure like selling or writing a book. Everything takes time. So you've got to be in this for the long game, and that's why you've got to be excited about creating videos, and don't make it complicated. As you move forward, then you can buy gear. Right now, just use what you have. Now, I know the most important thing with YouTube videos or podcasts is the audio. So I would say invest in a microphone. That's really important. I will share the link to the microphone I use. I think it was maybe $99. I've been using it for so long. I use it for my Zoom meetings, and I use headphones because my daughter's homeschooled, my husband's works from home, so there's a lot of noise in the house. So I use that. But a lot of people, if you live by yourself or you have a room which is kind of soundproof, you don't even need the headphones. And if you're using your phone, your some people even record in their phone. If it has good sound, they even record it without any sound equipment or audio equipment. So you can try the first few. If you want to just start without even any audio equipment, just you can even own it in the video and say, this is my first YouTube video. Let me introduce myself, talk about yourself, talk about why you're creating these YouTube videos or this YouTube channel, and also say, I don't even have any sound equipment right now. I'm doing this experimenting without audio because I haven't decided what I want to get yet. So hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, don't invest in equipment right now. And I might do a few videos on how to start a YouTube channel, some more simple tips and ideas and stuff. But I think I think keeping your audience in mind and sharing content that will be of value to them is very important. Does anyone else have any questions about YouTube or starting one or anything else? If you're watching the live, you can let me know in the chat, or otherwise you can share it in the comments. So yeah, so this is week 6. So I'm hoping I can cross the 900 mark to in terms of number of subscribers. I am going to do my usual YouTube long form, and maybe I'll try uploading a few more shorts. I need to do a YouTube video which I can put as a featured YouTube video where I'm talking about how how to why I've started the YouTube channel. I don't have an introductory video on why I started the YouTube channel, what my goals are, who this YouTube channel is for. I'm waiting for the perfect moment for that. So I'm telling you guys to experiment, but when it comes to doing that featured video, I think that would be helpful for people who are coming to my channel for the first time. So if you're just joining me and you haven't subscribed to this Expat Woman YouTube channel, I'm waiting for one subscriber to get to the 900 mark. If you've really enjoyed this video, hit the like button. The more people that like a video, that comment on it, that subscribe to it, the more YouTube shows it to more people, and then I can create more content. So for those in the audience who are thinking of starting a YouTube channel, what kind of videos, or in general, what kind of YouTube videos would you like me to create? Since I have you all live here, I'm curious to know if there's anything that specific that you'd like me to create content around. And one thing that I try and do is I try to get 1% better every week with YouTube, whether it's using technical stuff. Like this last week, what did I do? I did something and I was like, I use I use an editing software called DaVinci Resolve, and I figured out something new this week on DaVinci Resolve. I had to, ChatGPT is so amazing. I told them what the issues were with the editing software, the problems I was having, and then they told me what to do to fix it. And then and then sometimes it tells you some stuff and I'm like, I still don't see the icon you're talking about, and they say go here, go there. So it's been amazing. I don't know what I would have done without Chat GPT. I would have had to watch YouTube videos, but now Chat GPT is showing me those videos. And talking about Chat GPT, your YouTube Chat GPT is now also showing YouTube videos when you ask them specific questions. You're like, ChatGPT, can you help me with this specific problem? Sometimes they'll give you some suggestions, and they'll also share links to YouTube videos. So not only are your videos showing up in a Google search, again, it's your but it's also showing up in ChatGPT. So just keep that in mind. And when you're creating videos, think about what is someone looking for. I am still trying to figure that out, especially with you, with the expat woman, with LinkedIn. So I have another YouTube channel for LinkedIn. It's just my name, Naina Kaputi. I will link to that YouTube channel in the description as well. That one's been monetized. I've got 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 plus subscribers. So I still have to get my first check from YouTube. For some reason, every time I turn in my tax information, they say it's incorrect. And the problem with these companies is there's no human being I can talk to. I'm like, what is wrong with my tax information? Why are you rejecting it? I think they owe me about $200. So, yeah. So, Alyssa wants to know what's the best platform to stream on. So, if you're just starting off, do what I'm doing. I'm streaming on YouTube directly from YouTube. I'm not using any third party tool. I can show you so used to use StreamYard when I was doing interviews with guests, but when I stopped that last year, I stopped paying StreamYard. They had become so expensive. But when I started doing live streaming again, I decided I would just go live directly on YouTube. So I can share my screen and show you what I do. Uh, it's not as great as StreamYard as a third party tool, but it's working for me. But when you have a guest, then you need a third party tool. So let me see if I can show you how to create a, a, a live on YouTube. So let me go to my YouTube channel. Okay, so then you go to create and you click on go live. So you can see, I went there and I click on webcam. Then let me make sure that you can see. Yeah. So then you add your details, your title, tell viewers about what you're going to be covering in the live stream. You choose webcam, and then you upload a thumbnail. You create that on Canva. You add your playlist. Once you do that, you click on next. It'll ask you for the date and time, and then it creates it. So it's really simple. When I used to do Restream, I had to create it on StreamYard, and then I had to send the link to my guest. Maybe in the future, if I do those, I would have to use that, because I don't think you can bring anyone else on. You can't. On all of you on the chat, I can't bring you up. But if I was using a third party tool, I would send you the link, and then you could come up on the stage with me. All right. So that's how to create. So I would say, uh, Alyssa, do that. Venmo is a payment platform. I don't know. I think you mean Vimeo, not Venmo. So I don't use Vimeo, use YouTube, and then try. Yeah, yeah. Just start. Keep it. I tell you, keep it simple. Because there's so many moving parts. The content, speaking on camera, the lighting. Yeah, make sure you have good lighting too. Uh, So just, yeah, if you're going live, try live streams. If you're comfortable being on camera, just try live stream initially, because as I said, you can, you don't have to edit it. It just stays on there. You can't, once it goes live, you can't edit that, at least maybe not directly. Maybe there's some backhand ways of doing it. I don't know how to edit, but yeah, just, so I would say just try these live streams, invite people to it, even if no one shows up. Sometimes I've done live streams and there hasn't been anyone in the audience. People watch it later, but I don't care. I'm just doing the live streams because I know they will stay on in YouTube. So yeah, just keep it simple, test it out, let me know how it goes. So yeah, so that's been my week so far. Let's see what next week brings. I have to edit my long form video for this week, which is about reinventing yourself abroad. So and then I'm going to try and record a couple of videos as well, so that I can have them ready to edit. Some people batch their videos. I just don't have the time to batch. I'd love to have a day where I just record my videos, because it's, for me, it's still, because I'm speaking on specific topics, I have to learn my script. That's why I like live streams. I can just talk about anything, and I want to do some like walk and talk videos, so I don't have to prep too much, because I think sometimes just speaking from your heart is great. But when I'm talking about specific topics, I have to do my research, I have to learn a little bit of the outline. So those take me longer. Then I have to record, then I have to edit, then I have to upload. So there's a lot of work. But I want to do some walk and talk videos. I'm actually going to get a new a new phone, which has, it's the iPhone 16 Pro. Do not get a new phone right now. You can use any phone to shoot your video, but since I'm doing more YouTube videos, and I'm also going to be traveling next month, so I want to use my phone to shoot videos for my YouTube channel. I decided to get the better phone. That's the latest phone, iPhone 16, and it has, I think you can zoom in and out. It's got the cinematic, whatever it's called. So the videos look beautiful. My husband's a filmmaker, and I think he has the iPhone 15, and he was like, wow, this is as good as an expensive camera. It shoots in 4K. So I'm getting the next one, iPhone 16. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. But I did shoot a video with my iPhone 11 Pro, this phone. I did shoot a walk and talk with this phone. I have to edit it, and I was walking. I didn't even use sound. I was experimenting. So and I didn't use a selfie stick. I just held the phone in my hand and I walked in my neighborhood park, and I was recording while talking to the camera. And like, people would pass by. I mean, people are used to people recording themselves, but I was feeling a little awkward. But you could hear the crunching of the gravel below my feet or my shoes, and the sounds in the background. But I wanted to do that video to show people you can just create it with a simple basic phone, no audio, just looking at the camera, no selfie stick. It was a little shaky. So I'll upload that soon, so you can see what a video like that looks like. But just take your phone and start shooting. Talk to the camera. Just do it. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Your first few videos, your first 100 videos could suck. But unless you start doing it and putting yourself out there and building the courage, getting the clarity, etc., you're never going to learn. I'm learning so much, and I'm excited about doing these YouTube videos. Marlena knows I get nervous when I start a live stream. But once I get over those first 10 of, first, I'd say, couple of minutes or so, then I feel so much more comfortable. And I've been speaking for the last hour. As you can see, I'm like losing my voice, but it's been fun. All right, so we are at 11 a.m. Thank you so much for watching this. Stay tuned. Next week I'll go live again at 10 a.m. So if you have questions, come with those questions. If you have questions today after watching this, you can type them in the comments. The chat will no longer be available, but you can type them in the comments if there are any more questions you have after watching this video about starting a YouTube channel, about monetizing it, etc. Yeah. All right. Thank you all so much. See you next week, next Monday at 10 a.m. for week 7. Let's hope I have some more good news. Take care. Bye.